This is an original production of The Gnomes of Wondergarten, with story, music, and performance by Nathaniel Santa Cruz. Let's begin.
Chapter 12. Petipom's Banquet. Part 2. Stepping outside, Rutabug placed 2 fingers together and gave a sharp whistle. Moments later, Hamilton arrived at the plum tree and offered to ferry the 2 gnomes back to the picnic. Rutabug and Petipom climbed aboard, and together they set off down the tree and across the field. When they arrived, Rutabug helped Petipom off Hamilton's back, settled him onto the blanket, and immediately offered him some food. Noting the exchange, Thumbkin asked, "Is everything all right?" "Petipom had run out of food," Rutabug replied plainly, "but I'll be taking him down to my root cellar to restock his cupboards." "A good gnome you are," said Puddleblume, "and a good friend, too," added Thumbkin. Petipom looked up, speechless. He didn't know Rutabug was going to restock his pantry. "Mr. Squirrel," said Rutabug, turning to Hamilton, "would you be willing to assist me? I'll load the baskets if you can carry them up to his plum tree." "It would be my pleasure," said Hamilton, tipping his hat. "Wonderful," said Rutabug. "Please take Petipom and follow me to the root cellar." Petipom climbed back onto Hamilton's back, and together they followed Rutabug over to the garden beds. "Well," said Thumbkin, turning to Puddleblume, "I think we ought to do something, too." "Indeed," agreed Puddleblume. "The young gnome does try so very hard. What did you have in mind?" "Let's throw him a banquet tonight," Thumbkin said with resolve. Puddleblume raised his eyebrows, almost impressed. "And here I thought your beard couldn't get any longer. Do you think we can pull it off before they return?" "Most certainly," said Thumbkin. "Well then," said Puddleblume, "let's get to it." So while Rutabug and Hamilton were busy restocking Petipom's cupboards, Thumbkin and Puddleblume were secretly preparing a feast just around the corner. No detail was spared. Every effort was made to lift the young gnome's spirits and to celebrate him as a cherished member of their family. Meanwhile, down in Rutabug's root cellar, Petipom stood in quiet amazement as basket after basket was filled with food and carried up the ladder to his home. There were potatoes, carrots, and cabbages, and even apples and a few extra jars of strawberry jam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he counted, watching as Rutabug handed each basket to Hamilton, who dutifully ferried them back to the plum tree. "How much food is Rutabug going to give me?" he wondered. Though a part of him still felt guilty for running out, as he experienced Rutabug's overwhelming generosity, the guilt began to melt away. "That should do it," said Rutabug, wiping his hands. I don't know what to say." "Thank you is all that needs to be said," replied Rutabug kindly. With hands clasped and a heart full, Petipom offered the most sincere thank you he had ever given. "Thank you." Rutabug was pleased. "You're quite welcome," he said with a smile. "Now," he said, placing a hand on Petipom's shoulder, "let's go see what the others have been up to." After Hamilton had delivered the last basket, they returned to the picnic area, only it was no longer a picnic, but a beautiful banquet. "Dinner is served," announced Thumbkin. "And dessert," added Puddleblume, revealing a platter of freshly baked chocolate chip cookies. With a smile, He pulled out a chair and gestured for Petipom to take a seat.
What's all of this?
Petipom asked, eyes wide with wonder and confusion.
A celebration,
said Thumbkin.
For what?
Petipom asked, even more puzzled. For you, said Thumbkin with a smile. Then without another word, he began to sing.
When we're feeling all alone, on winter nights at home, nothing helps our hearts to mend like comfort from a friend. Good friends who bring us food when we're feeling blue. Good friends who never leave your side, even when we hide.
The party took their seats, and Thumbkin raised his glass.
To Petipom, may you never forget that you are always welcome at our table.
Then Rutabug stood.
And may you remember that your value here is not measured by what you do, but who you are. Today, said Puddleblume, joining them, we remind you of all the privileges of our kinship. May your beard come forth and grow ever long, so long as Father's sun shines down upon us.
In unison, they raised their glass.
To Petipom.
To Petipom!
Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed this story. Be sure to visit us at wondergarten.net or join us on the Wondergarten app. Now, please enjoy some music from this story, performed by Catherine Brunner.